You, Rick. Hello, everyone. I am Holazor, like a dinosaur. That's how you say my name. I need to do my Guild Brawl battles today because there's only 3 hours left, and my guild is coming second to last in our Tier 4 Brawl. I plan on talking about a lot of things during my stream, but I really want to get these Guild Brawls put in. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I hope you're all doing well this evening. A real streamer? I don't know. I could just be a bot. I am wearing my robe. I promised this earlier. I don't have my wizard hat though, but I do have my... It's arrived today. I put it in the wash, put it in the dryer, got it out of the dryer, and it's nice and warm right now. So, what are we doing? Back to basics, scattershot, and one's out. If only I could play Jotun. Unfortunately, Jotun's not available for this particular brawl. So since we need to rely on magic, pretty sure I'm playing at diamond level in these brawls. Yes, I am, because max level summoners are available. No, I'm not sour. I hate sour things. I prefer spicy things. Particularly super spicy, super hot sauces. They're the best type of sauces. I was going to say, where did this Usut come from? But then I remembered that was a reward card that dropped. I don't even know what I'm going to do here. I'm thinking just Ouster is going to be the best go-to. And unlike other streams, this time I might actually see my brawl battles because we're entering them towards the end of the cycle. So if we don't see them, we might win due to the fact that the enemy doesn't submit their team, or perhaps the enemy is going to wait until the very end to submit theirs. But I anticipate we will see a bunch of these battles actually unfold. And I don't like the fact that they brought phase. I do like the fact that I've got magic reflect on everybody. That makes me really happy. I think this is a very safe win for me. Phase is not very effective. Not super effective at all. I'll take that as a compliment that you can put your headphones on with ease. I tend to be fairly droning monotone. Alright, what have we got now? Jotun is banned. 7-5. Fire that. I think I'm just going to go Ouster again. I feel like that's the best way to do this. That way we've got magic reflect taken care of, we've got arrows taken care of, and then if we play Cursed Windaku or anyone else with thorns, maybe this is the time I play Coriol Lurker. Even though I know that Lurker is garbage, I am going to make controversial statements. So while your headphones may be on, they're not protected from my blasphemy when it comes to descriptions of cards. Ask me more about cards that I think are garbage. You'll find that Uriel is also on that list. What else are we going to throw in? What about the reflection shields? I think reflection shields might be useful here. There we go. That's a pretty buff group of reflection shielders. I think I might use Queen of Crows in my backline, or perhaps Cthulhu. Let's go Cthulhu and hope they don't bring a whole bunch of sneak. Now, did I forget to bring a Bloodlust here? I did. That's okay. My enemy also forgot to bring a Bloodlust. I'm really glad I brought Ouster once more. I should have brought Amplification with me. That's the one thing that I didn't do. Look at how trash Lurker is. Lurker is nearly dead. And now they're gone forever. And now I've got to contend with 2 complete resurrections on Shield Bearer, which is not going to go very well for me at all. But Rini came back from the dead. She's nice. But I am gone. I made some poor decisions in this battle. Unless the last stand of Cthulhu was going to do something amazing, but as you saw when I skipped to the end of the battle, it didn't go very well. So that's a 50% win rate at least. Okay. Got ones out again. And reverse speed. Am I just doomed to play Ouster for this entire brawl? I think I might be. Maybe we could go Immortalis as a bit of a surprise. Let's do that. Because then we can throw in Quora. There's Kron, the ever popular Kron. Oaken Behemoth gives us a little bit of difference. And Princess can come along. We don't have any other 2 mana. We don't have any 1 mana we can play. Yeah, I think that's going to be our team. The unfortunate thing here is Life Splint is available. So Wraith might be in the running. So let's dump rather, the healer and throw Dr. Blight upon the team pile. I could tell you what to play so you could play the exact opposite for a win. Hey, Bakawani, welcome. Khmer Blight, yeah. That was the swap over that I made. You are already in a battle, am I? Oh, my bot decided to play a ranked battle. Right. Let's go back over to my guild. That was perfect timing. Guild. No, gotta wait for that to happen. Well, while I wait for that to happen, I want to talk about the Splinterlands staked SPS rich list. And importantly, I want to talk about the percent that is staked per player. So the top 10 have about 14-15%, but I don't come into this list until 120 with 0.13% of the SPS. Now the reason why I've got this rich list up is not to boast or gloat or be like, haha, look at how much SPS that I have staked. But the reasoning I bring this up is so that I can talk about the proposal of allocate up to 30 million to pursue exchange listings. Which, full disclosure, I am voting against. And I'll provide my justification for this just shortly. So this proposal is basically spend up to 30 million SPS from the DAO to go and seek out exchange listings in the market in the hopes that SPS will get more exposure and stuff. So we can see that SPS is listed on a number of exchanges, and this proposal outlines that there will be up to 900k of SPS or 30 million SPS potentially spent on exchange listings. So this is voted down by me in this phase, and I'll vote it down if it proceeds to a follow-on vote in game. Now, my justification for that is, as a SPS staker and as a member of, basically a custodian of the SPS treasury, just like everyone else here, being in the, I'm at top 120 here, so being in the top, I don't know, 40% of ownership of SPS, I feel as though I have to vote no, because if I see the DAO as something that I have a fractional custodian over, I look at 0.13% multiplied by the 30 million, and I think to myself, if this was my funds, if this was my money, would I want my 0.13% stake spent on this? And my 0.13% stake of that DAO, of what is proposed to be spent by this proposal, is 39,000 SPS. And I think to myself, would I put 39,000 of my own SPS on the line? I would say no, not at this point. At a later date, when the new player experience is rolled out, when we've actually got card packs available for sale that are mainstream packs that you don't need SPS to purchase, yes. I know that that proposal does say that we'll make arrangements to make sure that future mini editions contribute fundings to the DAO and all that sort of stuff. That's fine, but that stuff was going to happen anyway. And once the DAO has spent that money, where is that DAO money going to come from in the future? It's going to come from players when they purchase future editions like Rift Watches and other things that go to the DAO. So my reason for voting on this is, if it's spending my own money, would I spend my own money on this listing at this point in time? My heart says no. My brain says no. And that's how I want people to think about their positions with staked SPS, is that you do have power, and just like you could be a stakeholder in this ecosystem, you have to think about your stake proportional to what the DAO is comprised of. And it's not your money in the DAO, right? It is the community's funding. But if you were to proportionalize it all out, you look at it from a perspective of, well, my say on what would be spent out of the DAO is this much, proportionate to my staked holdings. Therefore, I say no. And for people to have stuff listed on an exchange, we've got easy on-off ramps to SPS already through something like Binance, just by virtue of having Hive listed there. So that's my personal position on this particular proposal. And I hope that I've articulated that well, and my reasoning is thought out. I don't know how I'd write that in words, because I'm just rambling it in my brain right now. But I'm making this up as I go. I didn't have any pre-prepared notes. I only had some thoughts about what I wanted to say. So happy to hear people's opinions on my methodology and how I've come to that decision. I'd like to think I'm a pretty measured and methodical person when it comes to thinking about these things, and not including emotion in decisions of this nature, and just looking at the current positioning of the product that is Splinterlands, and what improvements will be there for that product. It's kind of like you always want to put your best foot forward. So you come to stream Splinterlands wearing your bathrobe. I do have a t-shirt on underneath the bathrobe. U-Tops, if you're listening, that was a dig at you. But that is also true, Daru, that listings could be arranged ahead of time. But I feel as though paying in today's market is also perhaps not the best timing. Just a t-shirt. I'm also wearing shorts. So that ranked battle with the Archmage bot for me in Wild was a win, which is good, but I need to go back to my guild brawls after that because I must get them done before the conclusion of my stream today. So we have another battle in an enemy arena to do. And we have ranged attacks, no healing, and silent summoners. And it looks as though Jotun's available. However, Jotun's probably not the best choice here. So we are not going to use Jotun because it's a silent summoners. And if we can only use ranged people, I need to think about who has the best close range. Who has the best close range? Yeah, I don't know how the listings work either. I would have thought that it was a set amount in a real world currency as opposed to a set amount in the token itself. If it's a set amount in the token itself, but if it's a set amount in a currency, then it makes not a great deal of sense to distribute what amounts to essentially 10% of the DAO's funding currently to an initiative. And the proposal's sort of already out of date with everything that's happening in the games ecosystem right now as well, with the announcements about land, which I still will need to go through and comprehend for myself. Yeah, there are points of view on both sides of the table. I totally agree. And, you know, it's okay to just abstain from proposals as well. You don't need to vote on, have an opinion on every proposal. It is fine to basically just say nothing. But if you elect to do that, if you say nothing, I believe that you lose the ability or entitlement to be able to complain if it doesn't go your way later. Now, let's see if my strategy here will work. It certainly did not. All right, 3 more battles to enter, and my record isn't looking so great so far today. Fire and regret. Okay. Can I play Llama Mage and Captain Katie here? No, I cannot. Alright. Well, we'll go down the Kron Martyr route. Because I don't believe I played this successfully, but there's no Martyr monsters available. So, someone's going to have to support Kron. I guess it's going to be Ginny Guys, because she's the only one with Bloodlust left. I feel like Dr. Blight should also have a say in this battle. And then we've got 5, no, it's still 4 mana for a tank. And those aren't really fantastic options as tanks, any of them. So I guess it's going to be Elven Mystic. And we can't play 0. All right, what are we up against? Well, they've put their gladiator in the front row. They've also gone ahead and used the appropriate amount of silence. Oh, get your bloodlust going, Ginny. Get it happening. Beautiful. The chain of destruction begins and continues. This one's a win. If it's not a win, then that's really bad for me. That was excellent. I'm doing my part. Have I graduated my guild from their last position? No. And I think it's going to be a struggle to get get them in even into the next position for this brawl. Okay, going the distance, evens, amplify. I think I can play Immortalis, not Immortalis, the other dude, Fernheart for this one. Because evens means something like this. Do we have a bloodlust available? No. Wonderful. Maybe we'll go Life Splinter. And then we can use Ilthian. And then do we have a bloodlust available? We do. But then we don't have close range available. I thought we could have had Hero of the People or Defender of the People or whatever his name is. What about in Death Splinter? Do we have any close range? No. So Fernheart is really the only choice here. And I think Cornelius is the only answer as well. I'll throw in that Tower Griffin. I think Barking Spider will be thoroughly annoying. And to make sure that Scattershot doesn't do anything untowards, put it there. And we'll submit this team. Alright. Interesting, they're playing Lux. I think they did a slightly better use of tanks here. But we'll see. At least I can still attack from that front row. So Cornelius should go beast mode if it comes down to being just Cornelius alive. Which I don't think it's going to get to that. Yeah, easy. Easy peasy. Well, that's 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 pending. And let's go with the final submission. Briar Patch, everyone has thorns. Only commons and rares can be used. Holy Protection. Okay, I think again, maybe, I was going to say Fernheart once more, but I think Thaddeus or Alster. Actually, no, let's go Ilthian again. Because, you know, I have recently played Ilthian so much. And the idea here is going to be use no melee of my own. Where are the bloodlusts? I think it's too high to use Captain Katie, so I'm going to use Ajax. Then we just want to look at ranged and magical people. Probably want to bring an Amplify, don't we? Spellsmith's the only one. And 2 mana. What about 1 mana? No, Zenith Archers, again, the only option. Can't play legendaries, so we'll have to submit with a 5 creature team. I could have thrown Chaos Agent in. Use melee in a Thorns only game? No. Absolutely not. That's why I put the Conjurer in the first position. I'm really glad they didn't bring Sneak. I think I'm going to be okay. Look at that Bloodlust build. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I closed the gap a little bit, but let's see how I went in comparison to my guildmates. 4 wins, 2 losses. I'm coming third. As far as guild is concerned, I could lose 1 more and drop us down a bit, but hopefully that will still be a victory. We've still got 1 member who hasn't submitted their battles yet, but I have done my part at last. Okay, so I've done my guild battles, which is one thing off my list of to-do things. And I can close that tab now. The other thing on my to-do list is to talk about the other proposal, which is from Javi, which is land SPS distributed to those who have surveyed. A Splinterlands proposal. And I love the way that Javi has made this very, very simple. What? This is a proposal. SPS designated for distribution to landholders should be distributed only to those who have surveyed their land. How? If surveying is live, and if this proposal passes, then each surveyed land plot will receive a portion of the SPS pool designated for land equal to the proportion of surveyed land. When? This proposal would last from when surveying starts until a new, more advanced proposal takes over. It is estimated to be approximately 4 months. Surveying is estimated to begin at the end of this month. The new SPS distribution system is estimated to begin June-July. Why? This proposal would align SPS reward structure with the most up-to-date land products. It should speed up the process. Claiming deeds, getting the land location you've been waiting for, surveying, purchasing surveying starter packs, arriving at DEC par value through quicker purchase of starter packs. So this one is, Diary, you've taken the words out of my mouth. An obvious yes. So I've already commented on this one. I'm all for people getting off their backsides and surveying their land. Go. Touch grass. Don't sit on parcels of undeveloped land. It'll be an eyesore among my towering structures. That is my view on this proposal, forever committed to the Hive blockchain. And there's a bit of conversation here, but there was one comment that I really resonated with, which was Fighter for Freedom. Another reason why the community voted to start the SPS land drop to holders in large part because it had been delayed for so long. Now that the process of getting land is well underway, it doesn't make sense to be rewarding people who are not actively wanting to participate in the latest updates. This SPS was originally intended to be only for people who were actively working their land. This proposal is in line with the original intended purpose of this SPS. Omega Splinter has responded to that. Agreed. Palasatina, I hope I've said that correctly. Couldn't agree more with this. Give the SPS to people participating. Also encourages claiming land. Otherwise, we will be in land for posterity much more time. Enough is enough. And I responded, agree 100% as well. The other view of this is that by ensuring that this pool is for people who are actively surveying land, staking DEC to make their land work, means it will remove much DEC from circulation. It will ensure that people are taking advantage of the new gameplay mechanics that will be introduced by Splinterlands, which brings me in a perfect segue to the next topic, which is the land white paper, which requires me to turn my light down because the screen is blindingly white and it unfortunately has no dark mode. So, land deeds. I have claimed my land deeds. My land deeds are in Region 40, and there's 2 errant land deeds in Region 42. Yes, I know, when dark mode for white papers. I definitely need dark mode for white papers. I've got to find the right tab now. So I've done my claiming, so I'm going to skip over that and go straight to surveying. So we have terrain types, 14 terrain types. There is a list, they are words. Here are some images. Rarity, and I'm going to very much skim read this. Each plot will have 4 rarities, common, rare, epic, or legendary, with the exception of plots containing a castle or keep. More details below. Resource types. Each plot will also have 3 different resource types, natural, magical, or occupied. Okay, so you can have natural tundra, occupied tundra, magical tundra, etc. for each of those. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 14 by 3 is 56? If my maths does not... No, it's 42. It's life, the meaning, and everything. So there's going to be 42 different types of plots. 150,000 divided by 42. So there'll be approximately 3,571 of each of these. Actually, probably the best way to do it is by that. So there'll be about 10,000. So there'll be almost a tract worth with some extras. Not a tract, sorry. 10 regions. Yes, regions is the terminology I wanted. 10 regions of 1,000 plots of each of these land types, which is fine. That's pretty cool. But then there's up to 3 different types of each of these. So divide that number by 3, we get back to that 3,571. If magical, occupied, etc. is distributed in that way. So the starter packages, which is what I purchased my DECB for on last week's stream. So I have enough DECB now to grab one of each of these. All of this was pretty much described in the previous white paper, and I went over this stuff last week, so I'm not going to go over that again. Initial plan for phase 1.5, staking cards. Okay. There will be production points. I heard Rick talking about that. All right, power sources. 1 power source will be needed for each plot on which workers, and in phase 1.5, power stones will be able to be purchased by burning 5,000 DEC or DECB tokens. Power sources will also be available immediately for use. A power source will be an additional perk included with the building in a box. Cool. I don't need to worry about that because I'm planning on doing building in a box for each of my plots, so I don't need to worry about that. We're not sure of the exact date, NFT first, but it's anticipated that we'll be able to do some of this stuff potentially before the end of the month. If not, I'd say most likely before the end of April. I guess we'll find out more with the town hall because the team had said that they were going into planning for the next quarter. So we'll find out. The amount of DEC that is necessary to be staked in order to power worker cards will be 10k per max level card. So I have not enough DEC at this stage in order to do that across all my plots. So 103 times by 50,000 is 5,150,000. Take away my current DEC balance, which is 447,739. I am 675,261 DEC short in terms of my staking requirements for what I need for my land. And did my DEC just tick up or did it just tick down, and why? No, I was just seeing things. I was having a communal hallucination. All right, production points. Okay, so I have a max level regular Uraeus for each of my plots, which means that my production is going to be 2,500 there. And I have a few of these as well, but I don't have any of those. So I need to figure out all of that stuff along the way. Don't worry, Dari, I'm recording it. It'll go up on my YouTube. Not that you can hear this, but you'll be able to hear it in the replay. So this is probably a spreadsheet affair, but again, when Rick was talking about this, he was speaking about how the team will make this very obvious in the in-game interface as to how it will all work. So this I'm not too fussed about, but having said that, I'm going to be a nerd and open up Excel and steal this spreadsheet. And steal this table. And then there's this terrain preferences, which I'm also going to steal. Now I'm guessing neutrals will have no bonus based on this. So that's fine. Format as table. Format as table. Yes, I'm formatting them all different colors because I can. Take that if you have OCD or any modicum of design skills. There we go. At least now they're of uniform column size. Okay, so there's that. Production boosts. Following items or land features will provide boosts. Okay. Great. Land rarity. Are we ants? Yeah, don't worry. I'll scale it up once the maths is finalized. I'm just using this. I'm copying these tables for future reference, so I don't need to keep coming back to the page. I mean, you're not ants with that view there, because I'm very interested in the calculations here. But I'm grabbing all of these values to essentially do what will amount to be a simulation of what I may get from my plots. Rooney, yes, I have one of those, but I only have one of those. So Rooney will provide a 100% production boost for the base of the entire plot. So Rooney will provide 100% boost. Titles. Now, I have some of these. I have the Explorer, the Legionnaire. I'm going to copy that whole title. Title, table. I'm going to copy that title of tables, or that table of titles, and again make that a different color. And keep making everything a different color. And then there's totems to consider as well. Okay, so I have a few of these totems. This is going to be very complicated mathematically. Well, not so much complicated mathematically, there's just a lot of variables. But here we go. Calculation bonuses. Okay, this is what I'm interested in. Right. 1-2 BCX beta gold foil legendary 10,000 base rate times by 2 out of 4 BCX times by 5 beta. So you're taking the rarity, the addition, how far it is to level, the Rooney, that, therefore the percentage boost is blah 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 blah, and then you've got the totem. Right, so the totem is then calculated after all of that. This hurts my brain after a day of work. So you basically want the rarest possible cards on the land. That's all I care about at this point, I think. I think it's going to be fun, but only when you start getting to customize your land and your land gains uniqueness from anyone else's land, and you have not only that whole custody of this is my land, but also this is my land with my keep or my castle or my grain store or my arena or my torture chamber or whatever it is that you're going to build on your land, or my Splinterlands TV theater, or whatever buildings the team comes up with for it. So I'd like to think that I'm fairly well prepared in terms of how my land is going to get laid out, because with the plots that I have, I now want to go to my collection on peak monsters, which I will make massive but not super duper massive. And I want to look at fundamentally what I did last week, which was, let's look at legendary cards that are level 4. And then that is 232 cards. So 232. Now these are all from different editions. Why did that? Oh, right. I searched for card ID number 4 instead of level 4. My apologies. That's 119 cards at legendary level. But I could probably then go, right, okay, I have a Frost Giant, a single one. So what I will likely do is I will export a CSV of my collection as it stands, then do some fundamental data matching to basically go, card is of X edition, therefore it is this much production based on this thingy here. I could have sworn that I saw a table in there about production points. Did I not put that into my spreadsheet? The most important one I didn't copy. It's like the most critical one in terms of any of these calculations. I did not copy, or it's not scrolling up for some reason. Did I hide some columns? No, that's row 7. And we're not going up any further. Watch me struggle with Excel. Ah, there we go. It is there. Right, so basically what I would do is identify the set. So a alpha legendary regular foil is going to do 10x times that. So I'll probably write a script that goes through my collection and figures out what production I'm going to get. So these will be the things that will be within my control currently, because I do have some totems already as well. So all of this stuff is known to me and can be worked out. This stuff will be known once my land is surveyed. Actually, this stuff is currently known to me as well. So I'm going to rearrange this table to stuff that is known to me. So that's all the known variables. These are the unknown variables at this point, because I don't know what I'm going to get. So I will, at some point, write a Python script or do some Excel wizardry to figure out, compare my CSV of collection to these known values, then extrapolate out what that production is going to be based on the addition, the rarity of the card, the multiplier. Then all of this stuff comes in the next stage beyond that. So I'm going to go ahead and save this and go Splinterlands, land. But yes, I will be mathing it up. Oh, can we claim VRUS now? I don't know that we can. Is that patched in? I photographed a wedding on the weekend, so I've been very much out of the loop. Or is that coming in the weekly update, in the drop on Tuesday, Wednesday, depending on where you're located in the world? Because I have enough SPS currently for, I think it's going to be 717 or 716. So I'm going to be going basically all out, because I've got enough vouchers, 849 vouchers, so I will expend all of my vouchers to use all of my staked SPS to get all of the VRUS I possibly can, and then hopefully I'll get enough for a gold foil, but I don't know whether or not I'll be that lucky. Because speaking of gold foils, I was quite lucky on the most recent, I'm Sean Connery all of a sudden. I was very lucky on the Ancient Redwood drop. I should have gotten 9 regular foils and probably no gold foils, but I got 13 regulars and 1 gold out of the 2015 Chaos Legion packs that I purchased. So that, not Chaos Legion, Rift Watchers packs that I purchased. So that was very much joyful to me. I got more Ancient Redwoods than I did Cane Haste. I had to go buy Cane Haste to max him out. Here I was like, oh cool, I've got 2 spare. Do I sell? I wasn't quite sure. And I hope that trend continues through these other airdrops as well. But Yes, my main problem now is obtaining enough DEC to stake for each and every one of my land plots, because I've already got enough monsters allocated to do the land deeds. The underlying issue now is how am I going to maximize my production, because you'll see I've got some beta legendaries here as well. I have some promo legendaries. There's a nice tasty Dr. Blight there. And I will probably not be playing Splinterlands battles once land is available and everything needs to be staked to land, because I don't have enough cards to do that. Maybe I'll be playing Splinterlands battles in Gold League. Maybe I'll be playing them in Silver, and Max Macca will finally get their wish of when Silver. We don't know. But we'll find out. But what I am going to say is I'm really glad I went on a bit of a spending. I can't speak today. I went on a bit of a spending spree about 2 weeks ago when I was reorganizing my collection. And wow, these cards locked. I must lock them. Went on a spending spree, grabbing a whole bunch of different gold foil cards that I thought would be not only useful in battle, but cards that I personally like the cut of their jib. So I got a River Helendale, a Spirit Hoarder, a Void Dragon, and a Brightwing. The Desert Dragon was already in my collection, but that was a pretty joyful time. And I ended up selling that gold foil Dr. Blight, that single BCX, and I'm glad that I did. I'm also not so glad that I did, but the funds from that will no likely go into land staking. Now, what will this redwood get me on the rental market? Will it get me anything at all, this gold foil? Excuse me, 121 DEC per day. Yes. I accept. What about season listings? Let's just set it at the lowest market rate for season listings. I'd be happy with 100 DEC per day for that card. That's fine by me. Now the question is, how low are my other ones relative? Okay, so this guy could be renting out for 4 times the amount that he's currently rented out. Man, these rental markets are a struggle. Everything else seems to be pretty much in the ballpark. Except for Mortius. Mortius I could get 5.5 times more. Let's switch this to just stuff that's rented out, because I haven't adjusted my rentals. But it looks like I'm on pretty much par there. Some of them are a bit outrageous. But hey, I'll leave them there and I'll see what happens. If they get delisted after the 30 days, then I'll just have a big collection of cards to sell. But yeah, Daru, what I was talking about before is basically I have these known values, these known variables of what the production multiplier is going to be, with the titles, what the monster production points are going to be, and I'll just need to go through my collection, figure out what is going to have the largest production values, target which plots of land I'm going to develop the quickest, target which cards are going to work best together from particular splinters on particular land types. And I'm thinking Forest has one -50. Let me see if I can do some conditional formatting here. Yeah, that makes it easier. So Badlands has 2 reds, Bog has 2 reds, Caldera has 2 reds, Canyon has really only good stuff. So Canyon doesn't seem very nice in terms of land. Wait, have I done that conditional formatting correctly? No. I've got a Rooney as well. There's just a single line reminder there. That's only going to apply to one of my plots anyway, so that'll be a manual calculation. Now, is this that fire will reduce by 50% on that land? Worker options, no. Terrain preferences. Right. So this conditional formatting is done with an inverse scale. That's the sort of conditional formatting I want. So you get 10% boosts at best. There's 2 negatives on that row, 2 negatives on that row, 2 negatives on that row. Canyon is pretty mediocre. So this is pretty well balanced in terms of how the land can do things. Yeah, most likely I think that's going to be the case. But, you know, I've got an epic totem. So my epic totem, my Rooney, my alpha legendary, my beta legendaries, and any promo legendaries are going to basically be or smushed together on one plot of land, but based on which rarity that land plot is and which terrain type it is, I'll then need to choose which team of monsters is going to need to go on there to make them the most productive. So there's going to be an incredible amount of depth in figuring all this stuff out, and this sort of analysis is the sort of stuff that I find intriguing and fun and entertaining, and it will stretch my analytical skills, it'll stretch my problem solving skills, and problem solving is fun. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Problem solving is lots of fun. Because you want to try and reach the most efficient state. Depth lurker. Yes, there's so much depth in this. I will be a depth lurker. But yes, I'm going to close that spreadsheet for now because I was looking at tables and scripts and all that sort of stuff all day today at work. So I have little patience for spreadsheets at this moment in time. But yeah, that is land. There are some other elements here, but these won't be coming into effect for some time later. So I think once I can absorb all of this information and figure out what the most optimal state is going to be, I can then move on to then starting to understand these elements down here. So I'll take it in bits and pieces. So first I need to understand the nature of my collection versus the nature of the creatures in my collection against this, which will then be compared to the unknown variables such as what my 103 land plots will end up being. I think it's safe to make the presumption that I'm probably going to get some grassland based on the fact that it looks like there's grassland in region 40. I may get a canyon or a hill or something over here, but my main land center of operations is definitely going to be in this region 40, where my tract is in existence. So that's going to be fun. It's interesting to see that land claims have not really picked up since that paper was released as well. But hey, that will all come in time. We know that other things have picked up. If we can just go have a look at the market here, DEC has gone from, I think, 7.8, 7.6 to 8.3, which is nice. Not so nice if you're selling cards, but nice if you're buying cards. And then we've seen SPS increase as well. And then on top of all of that, if that wasn't enough, we have Soulkeep, which will be available. It's 20th today. Well, it's the 20th here in Australia. And it's nearly the 21st. It will be in a couple of hours. Let's see, does the play now button work? No, not yet. But I can't wait to give this a go as well. The beta testing of the Soulkeep. So it's not currently active yet. They don't have a time listed for when it will go active, but I'm sure that we will see. Yes, I have 500 packs. I have 702 packs, I think, because I wanted to beat Jim, but then Jim went and bought more packs. So Jim is now beating me for nightmare packs. Where are my nightmare packs? Where are you? There we go, 702 nightmare packs. So I am lower than Alpha Gamer, but we could always go look. But I need my DEC for land, so I'm not going to be buying any more of those land tower defense lands. I'm going to call them tower defense lands, yeah. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So as you guys know, it is of course Monster March, and you've listened to me for an hour. And if you've been active in the chat, congratulations, you're going to get rewarded immediately. So hey, Jen Marty, congratulations. Let's see what you're going to get. Dampier Stalker, very nice. And this is going to be quick fire. You get no warning, people. Ghostly BG. What are you getting? Gold foil Carrion Shade. Cool. Congratulations. Number 3. DR Calibasin. What are you getting? Regular foil Pellicle Mercenary. So that was number 3. And here we go. Number 4. Deju Amoriel. What are you getting? A gold foil Kulu Swim Hunter. And now the final one, Farfire. And what is Farfire getting? What are you getting? Oh, wow. Rigged Farfire. Gold foil Shield Paw. That's a good one for the last giveaway. Congratulations, Farfire. I don't know if my reaction is adequate for you there, but I'm pretty happy for you. You can split the profits with me later, right? If you're going to sell it. Right? I need to hear from Farfire. I'm not sure if they're in shock. Just thanks. 10 out of 10 your reaction, Farfire. Thanks. I mean, I'm not a crazy person to react. I've got headphone users to consider. So that's why I didn't get too animated. But this is about as animated as you see me get I'm like the monotone book narrator. But congratulations. So people who have won that stuff, you will get it within 24 hours. You can see these cards are all pending to be sent. Rondon will do that in due course. So the Butop's curse did not strike for us today. And I never thought I'd be given a gold foil card away. Yes, it was a gold foil Lily for Farfai. Completely unexpected on my behalf. I don't even know what that's worth, so let's go have a look. $2.95 on the market. So that's a pretty good pull. That's a really nice pull. Now, let me go and open the Chaos Legion pack that I got in my daily rewards and see if I get blessed with a gold foil Lily as well. Because that would be ultimate amazing feel goods. But there's 3 rares. So we're not getting a Lily out of 3 rares. But we might get a gold foil summoner. No, we got a Thaddeus. We got a... Oh, the gold foil was in the wrong spot. Dampier Stalker. But we did give one of those away as well. I can't really complain about that pack. Those are all solid cards. Those are pretty solid cards. So it's not quite as good as the giveaway spins that we just unhinged, unfurled, but it's packs all the same. So that is that. And I feel like I've now run out of things to say. What would you guys like me to talk about? Do you guys want to send me challenges? I'm happy to beat you up or get beaten up while I have champion level deck and cards. I'm happy to be pushed around in novice or bronze or silver or gold. So feel free to send me challenges to my in-game account. I'll pop my in-game name in the chat for those of you who don't know it. Feel free to send a challenge along and let's fight. The reward is your glory and your boasting rights and all of those sorts of things. All right, we got a challenge come through already. We're playing in Diamond. Let's go. Current player is already engaged in a match. Oh no, here we go. Right. Now, I don't know if this is a ranked match or the challenge match because I forgot to turn Archmage off before the commencement of my stream. And that's cool. My microphone's red light is casting a red light on my clothing. That's fantastic. The LED on this microphone is so very bright. I need to put a team together. And you guys are probably going to see which team I'm picking based on the color cast that my monitor sets as I pick the team. And I picked the wrong Splinter there that I wanted to play. But I definitely know... Oh no, it wasn't. It was a ranked match. It wasn't the challenge. So still feel free to send challenges. Yeah, it was Farfire that got the gold foil Lily. Let's go watch this game. Watch me fail in Wild with modern only cards. I am here. Thank you for the challenge, you there. I am present. And Games World with the Town Hall shout out. 50,000 channel points. Or you could have challenged me 50 times. What's more glorious, aggroed reading your name or challenging me 50 times? I think challenging me 50 times might be more glorious, but I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. I don't think I'm going to win this. That Kraken is a tough nut to Kraken. I'll show myself out now with my terrible puns. Retaliate? Oh, no retaliate before death. Yeah, I think that's a loss for me. Definitely was. All right, let's go to You There's challenge. Ooh, reverse speed, melee mayhem, no armor. Should be fun. Let's switch out to this, and then we'll grab Bad Day Doctor as our next challenge after that. Apologies if that challenge didn't work the first time around. All right, what are we going to do here? It's reverse speed, melee mayhem, and unprotected. I know what I want to play. Doesn't mean it's the right thing to play, but I'm going to play that anyway. What is it going to be? Which Splinter's going to go with it? Yeah, we'll do that Splinter. I'm pretty sure they've got some slow people. There's a slow creature. There's a slow creature. There's yet another slow creature. There's another slow creature. Ooh, do we want that creature? Nah, probably not. Go with that one. And potentially not putting the best team in that I possibly could, but I'm still putting in what I think is a good team. Hopefully it works out that way. Hopefully. I've submitted the team. Now I'm just waiting for you there to do the same, and then I'll flick the camera back on over to the desktop capture, and we'll see what happens next. Ooh, they brought Dallin along. That doesn't fit with my plans. Hey, the People's Guild, welcome. This does not go with my plans very well at all. That cripple is not helping me. But hey, I'm back now from the dead. I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle. Oh, that miss. Spam the magics. Oh, that's a great blast, because it halves the effect of what Marta was going to do there. Oh, he doesn't have force field. Excellent. The full force of Goblin Tower is going to come through. Oh, you clipped it, Daru? Wonderful. I will go vote for it. I don't know if my reaction was adequate. But I will go vote for my own clip of the week. And I encourage all of you that are watching right now to also go vote for it. But 2 people clipped it. This is awkward. I have to play favorites now. I've got to go for the person who clipped it first, because dem's the rules. The title fits my reaction. All right. Playing the other battle now, the other challenge from Bad Day Doctor. We've got Equalizer, Little League, keep your distance, and 60 mana. What a combo. That is an interesting combo. I have to remember, because I always forget, to field an entire team for my equalizer rule sets. So many times I'll put together a team and I won't use each and every slot. That is really the only way to play the equalizer rule set. I think I'm going to do something a little like this for this one. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought there was going to be more poison available. I was very wrong. Oh, we're playing Gold League. That's why. It was a pragmatic reaction. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly the sort of person I am. This team combination is not what I was going to expect to have to put together. I'm just going to go and be very unorthodox instead. How about that? Let's try super unorthodox town team. But I need a tank. There's a tank. Don't know if it's a good one, but it's a tank. Go vote again? Look, why am I your boss? I don't know. I'm just going to vote for all of them. There we go. I voted for all three of them. Vote for all three of them. Okay, here's the outcome of our battle against Bad Day Doctor. Where did my OBS go so I can keep monitoring that? Is my backfire going to work out as I had planned? So far, so good. The Tower Griffin plus Chaos Agent has worked out quite nicely. It was a little bit redundant though, probably. And I threw Murdhamp here in because double impact of Life Leech and Cripple. But I don't know, we're arriving at a pretty RNG-like phase of the battle here, where my Tower Griffin does not stand a chance anymore. And now it's all up to Dr. Blight. And I don't believe I can win. So well played, Bad Day Doctor. Great game. You thoroughly destroyed me. And that martyr on that Dr. Blight was super well placed. A G. Well done. So that bodes really well for your hopes. With a rank of 2758, beating me in Le Champ with 419. Well, 419 in Modern, 99 on the other side. So you've got some good climbing to do. Good climbing indeed. You can do it. I have faith in you because you absolutely destroyed me there. Now it kind of makes me want to be like, I'm just going to actually go build that spreadsheet and figure out what I'm going to do with land. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll bore you with Excel I won't call it wizardry. Okay, there's my card collection downloaded. Thanks, Peak Monsters. This PC. Browse. I have too many drives on my machine. Where did that save? Should have saved onto that drive. Too many drives. Or did it save somewhere else? One moment, please. Did it save? No, it didn't save in that directory. Look at me, I'm such a boomer using a computer. Okay, well. Show in folder. Yeah, it's on my J drive. Why is it not showing to be opened by Excel? Alright, because it was being a pretty little princess and saying, no, I'm not going to open a CSV. I only accept the finest Excel files. So there we go. CSV loaded. Okay, so who knows how to use pivot tables? Do you guys know how to use pivot tables? I feel like someone, a musician. I can't hear you. Do you know how to use pivot tables? I'm also going to open the Splinterlands Land thing. So we can do this. I think it's pretty balanced, Max, in terms of distribution between Mac PCs and real PCs. So, does this have all the edition info here? Yes, it does. Chaos Legion, blah, 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 blah. So what are the values here? We've got Alpha, Beta, Chaos Legion, Dice, Promo, Reward, Rift Watches, Untamed. Cool. Well, that is true. But having said that, I've got my gaming PC. I also have a laptop, which is an M2 MacBook Air. But then, where is it? I also have an S23 Ultra. So I am not biased one way or another. Walk the Grid is going to cancel me now because he's seen that I own an Apple product. But yes, in terms of the stuff, I have no bias one way or another. I will use everything and anything. I even run an Unraid server in my house to do backups and other things as well. So I am fluent across Windows, Linux, Mac, Android, iPad. The only thing I can't use is an iPhone. Someone hands me an iPhone and I've got no idea what I'm doing. No idea what I'm doing at all with an iPhone. But anyway, the thing that I want to do here is insert a new pivot table from table range, which is the selected range, on a new worksheet. And we will make this embiggened. It's pretty easy now across operating systems, particularly with Office 365. It runs fine on both. OneDrive integration is really good. Google Drive integration is pretty rubbish. Photoshop and Lightroom work great across both, with Creative Cloud as well. And those are my main sort of things that I personally use. The only thing that doesn't really work on the Mac OS is some of the more advanced features of Power Query in Excel. But that's to be expected because Power Query barely works on Windows machines anyway. For something that is used at enterprise level, it's quite haphazard and very poorly engineered. I don't know if any of you guys use Power Query in your day jobs, but if you do, let me know if you feel my pain, because I certainly feel my pain. Now, have these output tables changed? Because is it not showing me the rarity of the card? Do I have to do a join again? I think I have to do a join again. Man, I don't want to open up Python and pull it down from the thing. Power Query is, instead of you putting your data into an Excel spreadsheet and getting your data from an Excel file or a CSV, Power Query will let you go and grab data from a database, be that an SQL database. It will let you go grab data from a JSON source or from a Google Sheet or from basically anything that has any sort of semblance to a table. AWS, what's the other thing? S3, system backends, APIs, all that sort of stuff. And then Power Query just lets you modify, clean, process that data, do a bit of data engineering. So if you've got something like how many days was a product sitting on a shelf for, you could say day entered inventory minus day sold, therefore the product had a shelf life, it sat on the shelf for X days. So you can do sort of data engineering-y stuff to data sets with it. But it's a disgustingly bad piece of software. Please, guys, don't ask any question with the data word in there. Yeah, Daru wants to get out of this stream without hearing about lots and lots and lots of data. But I'm going to go... sorry, Max wants to get out of the stream, not Daru. I'm going to take a leap from Macca's book now and go over to my Peaked blog and search for a post I made some time ago, which was about using a open piece of software called Nime to manipulate Splinterlands data from the API. So if you're not into data science or analytics and you're afraid of Excel, then Nime is probably not the best tool for you, but it is a gateway drug into the world of data analytics. So I wrote this post, how long ago now? May 28, 2021. So this was towards the end of end of the Untamed edition, where I had the problem that I wanted to solve. What cards do I have in my collection? What do I need to max out that collection? I can share the link. But this problem is now solved by tools such as Splinter Cards, Splex, Peak Monsters, etc. But at the time I wrote this, that functionality did not exist. But basically, I went and grabbed the data from the Splinterlands API, which comes down as a JSON, which looks like this as a data structure, and then basically broke down that JSON into a table, ungrouped that JSON. Yeah, this is old data. It would give us the unique card IDs, the card detail ID, but it would just be like, okay, so what does this stuff actually mean? It was information. So then I built a little rule thing, which basically said if the addition is equal to 0, it's alpha. If the addition is equal to 1, it's beta, and so on. Then went back to the Splinterlands API to go and get the information about the individual cards. Then stitched that together. Then built another table that basically calculated out if it's this edition and this card, this is how many were in my collection in terms of BCX. Then another one that was for edition type X, you need this many cards. For edition type Y, you need that other number of cards. So the beta cards and the alpha cards were different. More tables. And then at the time, basically my output was this, which was a shopping list that basically told me you have 485 albatrosses. You need 400 to max an albatross. Therefore, at that time, I could sell 85, but I had only 3 Asmir harpoonists, so I needed to go buy 43 of them. For Beatrix, I needed -1. So basically, I took this list and then went to the market and just fixed it. And that's how I maxed my Untamed collection. Nowadays, though, you just go to Splinter Cards and it does all the magic for you on its own. But this was the sort of problem-solving stuff that I did to solve a problem that was very uniquely mine. But now, of course, you can just go to Splinter Cards, not Splinterlands, Splinter Cards. My URL auto completion got the better of me there. And this missing BCX, I can just go be lazy, type in my username, hit check, wait around, it'll take forever. Which of the current sites do I use for deck value, Splex versus Peak? Well, I find that Splex doesn't work for my collection. I think my collection is too large for Splex. So I use Peak Monsters to figure out that stuff. Because I've tried to use Splex in the past and it just doesn't load. We just get the spinning goblin in perpetuity. So Chaos Legion, it's like, okay, you have 75, you need 325 of them, but I've already got a max Chaos Legion set. Right, but my Chaos Knight is in gold foil, my Hill Giant is in gold foil. All of these guys are in gold foil in my Chaos Legion set. So if I look at Rift Watches, all cards maxed. That's very nice. I think the real only way to get that data is out of the API. It is there. There is official API documentation, but the brawl data isn't something that I've looked at. There is a guild Discord bot that I'm not so sure of how it works or who developed it, that looks into guild brawl data stuff. It's probably just a matter of looking at that and how that comes together and borrowing or pulling apart the logic that uses, most likely. But for me, it was all about collection. What is RS edition? Rewards, the Soulbound rewards. Cool. So I can see how many Soulbound reward cards that I need to get to max. So you can see that I am missing quite a few of these Soulbound cards. So a tool like this makes it a lot easier. The post that I did here on Peaked ages ago just basically shows, it's like the maths teacher in school that's like, show you're working out now. Because it would be fundamentally the same or similar logic that would be producing this view, which is fundamentally what data and software engineering is all about. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the Soulkeep stuff. Just to be clear, I didn't make that website. the Splinter Cards website is not mine. That's Tahox, who's been around in the Splinterlands community for quite some time. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of random ramblings and nuggets of stuff like this on my blog. I mean, if you want to go read 17 minutes and 3,500 words of how to do something that's now been superseded by a web app, be my guest. But the important part of progress is that it is made and you move forward. This was sort of a tool, but I have no web dev experience beyond basic WordPress stuff and basic HTML and CSS. So I haven't done any web-based tools, but I've built plenty of tools in like calculators in Excel or on Google Sheets, not necessarily for the Splinterland stuff, but for my job that I do as my regular day job. There was one that I built for Splinterlands, which is sort of reusable every now and then, which was Prepare to be Blinded, which was when Rift Watches was announced. I was trying to forecast how many packs would be required based on the rarity and all that sort of stuff. And that's sort of what informed my thing. What is the API for the whole battle history of Splinterlands? I don't think there's an API for the entire battle history, but there is an API for the battle history per player. When I was poking around on GitHub the other day, I basically just went to GitHub and I searched for Splinterlands to see what other projects people had created on Splinterlands. So there's some interesting stuff here. There's a couple of Splinterlands bots on here, but I did see one. Splinterlands Team Finder. I saw one that was like a battle scraper, where it would scrape battles from the blockchain itself. Let me see if I can find it. And all of these are written in different languages as well, which is an issue if you don't know any programming language. I only know a little bit of Python. And Python isn't really a programming language, it's more of a scripting language, but it is Turing complete, so you can write pretty much anything. But I can now not find the battle scraper. Oh yeah, here's one that I wrote. I wrote a Splinterlands Hangman game where it was Hangman based on Splinterlands monster names. So this was one of the very first Python things that I wrote. So my spaghetti code is probably not great, but that's on GitHub if you want to have a play with a command line based Python hangman game that I made. You just need to install Python on your PC, which most PCs will already have it there. And I am losing my voice, so bear with me, guys, while I pour myself a drink. Sorry to headphone users. But yes, there is much stuff you can do with Splinterlands adjacencies. I mean, Splinter Forge is one excellent example of that. Oh, someone reported an issue. Oh no, I reported an issue on my own project. If you put in a space is counted as a guess. But what if the monster has no space in its name? What will we do then? I thought someone had gone in and actually paid attention to my very rudimentary software developments. What else do I have on my GitHub? Oh yeah, an RPG game thingy that I made back when 2019. So yeah, there's a couple of other things I could probably upload onto GitHub that are Splinterlands related, using a bit of Python and a bit of data manipulation and stuff. But we now come to the part of the stream where I go to the Splinterlands community on Peaked or Peakd, and I search for, what do I search for, guys? What do I search for in the Splinterlands community on every single stream that I do? What do I keep asking you? Yes, thank you, Elephantium. I search for memes. And let's see if we find any memes to upvote. Everything is just so serious. Mm, 6 hours. 6 hours ago, still no memes. Still no memes. 10 hours ago. I say this all the time. My rewards, nameless brawl battle, card giveaways, art contest, a coastal century GIF. We'll go have a look at a coastal century GIF. Excellent. They shared their process as well. Okay, so they used a combination of Photoshop and this other software that I've never seen in my life before. The SPL meme source that is Gold Matters, yeah, but doesn't he post everything on Twitter? I'm not a Twitter user. And plus, it should be in the Splinterlands community, because then you can get the SPT token for it as well. At least that's my theory. Let's go see. You left me alone in Splinterlands and this happened. These aren't memes, they look like TikToks. That's even worse than Twitter. What have you done to me? I didn't think there could be something worse than Twitter until I remembered that TikTok exists. Now I've got to scroll all the way back through this. At least I looked, right? Almost broke a glass. Almost. All right, we're back to where we were up to. We upvoted an art contest entry. Daily reward, season reward, art contest, share your battle. Not interested in this stuff, only interested in memes. 20 hours ago now. Where are the memes? There's no memes. No memes at all. And now I've gone back so far in time that I've actually upvoted things. So this means this is all content that I have looked over in the past, which, might I add, did not contain memes. Sunrise whale launch. That's got nothing to do with Splinterlands. Maybe it's a meme. I don't think it is, though. Let's investigate. No, that's not a Splinterlands meme. Unless this whale here is a massive SPS staker. That's certainly not Splinterlands related in the Splinterlands community. I will abstain from voting on that post. But, you know, I back to your it's Matt Clark breaching for Sight of the Land white paper. No, that's not an accurate illustration of Matt Clark. Butops made a meme. Oh, and it was 1 minute ago. What people are going to do tomorrow on update? Bought cards for a ready-to-play deck on Tuesday's update. Brent on a loss with little SPS gain. Ready to play deck on Tuesday's update. Oh, right. Are we talking about tower defense there? I still like what I posted on your Ode to Splinterlands, Butops. Where was it? The Ode to the End of Chaos Legion. This is the greatest Splinterlands meme of all time right here. Marked safe from Butops curse today. And clearly that worked. I was clearly safe from the Butops curse by giving away that gold foil Lily Shield Paul. Yes, I called her Shield Paul, as in robbing Peter to pay Paul. So yeah, Butops is got a strong meme game. Commander Garlic also has a strong meme game. We've heard rumors of this Butops curse. The curse goes that when Butops is fully clothed and present in the Splinterlands TV chat, there is no good card drops that happen. So you now have the Butops curse, which means you will never be blessed with any epic or legendary cards ever again. And the Butops curse can only be broken by posting memes on the Splinterlands community on Hive. I have it on good authority. I've spoken with the Wizard Council, and they have deemed it to be so. The Wizard Council may just be the imaginative neurons firing off in my brain, but I've spoken to them all the same. Tag, you're it. Walk the grid, well said. Much more articulate and direct than the flowery language that I used to describe the Butops curse. It's a myth, you know. It's this element of the the community we find ourselves with at the intersection of Splinterlands Twitch and Splinterlands TV. Ooh, we get to watch the guild battle. What did my opponent play here? I am very glad I brought Immortalis to a Wraith fight. Oh, beautiful Affliction. And they have a cleanse? No. Excellent news. But that snipe is not going to be so nice to me. Come on, Quora. You can do it. Oh no, Captain Katie is going to beat Quora. This is quite bad. Oh no. No. Quora is going to just rampage out. I mean, Captain Katie's an excellent choice, but can Quora be defeated? Absolutely not. Look at that. Wasn't that a thing of beauty? That was fantastic. Okay, so that's all of my battles entered and submitted. I still didn't drag the Roaring 20s out of second to last place in the Brawl, which is disappointing as far as I'm concerned. But what's great is I was the second best performer in the guild for this Brawl. And you guys all saw me submit my team, so no one can say that I used a bot to put in my guild teams. Yes, I use Archmage to play my account because I have a full-time job, but I still got it. Oh, Butops, you're just spamming now. Loading giveaway for new players. Excited player for the new giveaways. Gold foil armor. Butops always watching you fail. Oh, that is beautiful. Beautiful, Butops. You get an upvote for that as well. Yes, Splinterlands memes are spectacular. I think I had a yes, I had a draft post where I was creating some Splinterlands memes on Butops stream the other day. Vouchers for DECB, vouchers for promo cards, SPS stickers. What do I do? I'm once again asking you to burn DEC. Waiting for DEC to reach peg. This one's one of my favorites that I made. DEC to DECB. DEC to voucher to DECB. Voucher to DECB. DEC to voucher to SPS to DEC to DECB. Biggest brain. I finally found it after 15 years. The Scroll of Truth. Uriel is a bad card. And so is Coriel Lurker. But this one's probably my favorite. This is an accurate description of end of season. Trade offer. I receive +10 rating. You receive -34 rating. Does anyone want to take me up on that trade offer? Inside you there are 2 wolves. They should both be burned for DEC. I quite enjoy that one. We should be able to send our opponents a meme that is Splinterlands related if we beat them. Like, instead of Splinter Bites, you know, when you're queuing up for a battle and it's got all those informational bits and pieces, just give us some memes. Give us some memes in that space. Give us some memes in the Splinterlands community. Heck, even give us some memes in the Splinterlands Discord. I mean, do we even have a memes channel on the Splinterlands Discord? Let's go see. We've got community guidelines, official announcements, official links, tech updates, press releases, eye candy tutorials, official contest, tavern, maps house, tower defense, gameplay strategy, tokenomics, tournaments, land expansion, brawls, Rooney, validated nodes, guild recruitment, lore, deep dives. Can we just spam the lore channel with memes? Can we make the memes of lore? Can we make memes of Splinterlands be canon? I think we should. I think we should. Yeah, there's not even a memes channel. Splinterlands isn't facilitating our needs as a community because there's no memes channel. Although sometimes you can just sit back and read the Mavs chat, and that can be a meme. I say that as a Mav myself. There is often many memories in that channel where it's kind of like not sure if serious or is meme, but I don't know. Brain no wacky. We've got 5 minutes left in my stream here, and where's that guild? I clicked on the wrong button. Why did I click on the wrong button? Back to the guilds thing. I want to see what the potential brawl rewards are for this. Brawl rewards, there we go. So individual merits, that's still quite the range. 2.5k to 4.2k, and between 89 and 143 SPS, but I don't think we are going to be able to get out of second to last position there. Definitely not. But it is what it is. How many? Wrong button. I seem to have a habit of pressing this wrong button. Brawl rewards. Right. Crowns. So 53-ish crowns. I don't know. I don't think our guild is able to perform as strongly as what we can. But what I just wanted to check was, what about tier 5? Because we have 895 crowns currently. And hang on, what building level was that? That's level 7. So to get to level 8, there's still another 1,000 crowns to go. And then for the barracks, we're at level 5. Right. So there's enough there to upgrade the barracks, but I believe we're focusing on the store next to get more merits. So level 6 to level 7, 1,000. So I think we're still a few frays away from having enough to demand that all of our members contribute the rest of their DEC, but I've been a good boy. I contributed my DEC to the guild immediately after the last upgrade. I always do that. I do it as soon as I see the guild upgrade go, before we've even started to talk about how many crowns are needed, etc. My 1/30th contribution goes straight in, because that's how we work in the Roaring 20s. It's a 1/30th contribution per the individual seat in the guild. And if you want to leave, you can sell your seat to somebody else. I don't know. I think that the guild system's in a pretty good place. There's adequate rewards in brawls. It would be interesting to see something that interacts with land, but I don't think it will appeal to everybody. You need to get something that's going to appeal to everybody, not just people who are landholders or whatever. I would prefer to see development time go into new player experience before we get more guild related features personally, and more stuff to go into land as well. That's my personal prioritization if I was running the company. But we draw to a close in the next 20 seconds or so. So thank you all for joining me here on this Monday. That has been a Monday. I'll be back again on Thursday, my local time, same time slot. Have a wonderful existence. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your gold foil lily, Farfar. Congratulations again. And that is Holozor out. Cheers.